Hey friends, how are you? It is Wednesday and I'm super excited because that means it's Wellness Wednesday and I get to share some of my favorite tips from my heart to yours as a holistic health coach practitioner and encourage you in the pursuit of more and more optimal wellness. I am certainly grateful for the difference that I have experienced in my life over the last 7 years by moving in more freedom with my health. And because I am grateful for that healing that has been given to me through education, through wisdom, through higher understanding, through the gift of a friend who reached out and said, hey, I think there's something here that might help you. And I love the whole idea of paying it forward and not being selfish with the things that we have access to that really can help other people. There's no doubt that we are a socially driven society. You get on social media and you can see that friends want to connect with friends who they trust, who they know, who they love, and take those experiences and utilize them as something that they believe could help them too. So that's really my platform here to help you. Today I want to talk about a few what I call life hacks that have helped me over the past 7 years for anxiousness, for inflammation, for stress, for fatigue, and talk about how those have over time made a series of what I call fortunate events of healing in my body. I refer to healing oftentimes in my practice as healing is like peeling back a layer of an onion. You can heal a layer and then it kind of exposes a freshness or a fresh wound, and then you can go in and you can peel back another layer. It's all progression. It's all how we co-heal as our bodies heal too, through nutrition, through supplementation. So I'm going to share some of those life hacks that have helped me over the last 7 years and who I've been able to help so many other people with too. I would not have the confidence, first of all, if these things were not making such a dynamic difference for me. I also would not have the confidence to speak to you based off of the other people that I've been able to help, and then across the board, just my ongoing education of being in the wellness arena and having continued education that continues to edify those things that we know that are super helpful. Things that I'm going to talk about today are not rocket science. There are a lot of tried and true things like omegas and probiotics that are very simple, very effective life hacks to get to that better version of you. So the very first topic I'm going to speak to is gut health. Gut health is just about everything. I mean, about 70 to 80% of our immune system comes from our digestive system, and we have a microbiome in there, and that microbiome, that good and bad bacteria environment really does matter. We also have a nerve that goes from our gut to our brain. It's called the vagus nerve, and that nerve, when we have imbalances within the digestive system, will send a communication to the brain, and that tends to make us a little bit more anxious, sad, depressed, compromised with our mood, our ability to focus and have clarity. And it's so simple to fix. It's so simple to rectify those imbalances. So one of my favorite probiotics, I use 2 probiotics currently. One of my favorite probiotics is this product here. It's called Probio 5. There's 5 good strains of freeze-dried bacteria that go in and replenish your gut with good bacteria. We lose our good gut bacteria from our Western diet because our Western diet has antibiotics in it. And every time we eat food from our Western diet, it takes away that good gut bacteria. And so then we become compromised and we don't even realize it. And that signal that is going to the brain becomes compromised. I also so probiotics are best absorbed at bed. So that's when I take my probiotic. The other thing I love about this one, not only does it replenish the good gut bacteria, but it also combats those unhealthy pathogens like yeast in the body that become overgrown. And when that imbalance is not healthy, that also compromises that signal. Probiotics are best absorbed at bed. That's when our bodies regenerate. So if you are using a probiotic, first of all, I want to ask you, have you noticed a difference? Because you really should notice a difference. You should not be getting sick as often. You should not have that compromise with that gut-brain connection. But the bioavailability, the usable part of a probiotic, I mean, what a novel concept that it's actually used, has to matter. You have to have that right quality. There's tons of probiotics on the market. Please tell me you're not getting getting something at Walmart or the grocery store, it's just a complete waste of your money. They're not actually being used by your body because they're not the right kind of strains that are bioavailable, which means usable by the body. The next life hack I want to talk to you about is omega fatty acids. Those are things that help protect our heart health. They help protect our brain health. They help combat stress. Yes, we are stressed as a society. We are not sleeping as a society. 85% of our society reports that they do not have the energy to get through their day. And a lot of that has to do with the quality of our sleep. So in conjunction with my probiotic at bed, I also use this plant-based omega fatty acid. It's called Mega X. I call it sleeping like a teenager in the month of July. I love, love, love that product. One of my favorite life hacks that I have to have. And you know what? If you're a living, breathing human being, you need omega fatty acids. You need probiotics, okay? The other thing that we become compromised in is inflammation. We have high levels of modifications to our food supply. Our grains are causing us to be inflamed. And so if you're anything like me, I do a pretty decent job controlling what's in the house, but we travel a lot and we do have to dine out a lot because we're on the go a lot. And so things that we can do to combat inflammation or anything that we can do to combat that inflammation from the food supply is powerful. So I use this guy. I use anywhere from 3 to 6 per day, depending on what my nutrition is like. If it's higher compromised nutrition, I will up. But this is a natural solution to inflammation. It's also an omega, but it happens to be fish sourced. It's the green-lipped mussel. And so it is powerful to keep that inflammation down. There's so many benefits, again, to omega fatty acids. This is just another one of those omega fatty acids that are very powerful to combating that inflammation that's happening in our body. The last thing I want to talk about is energy. Energy is something that I struggled with for years and years and years in my early 30s when my kiddos were young. Again, relationship to compromise in my body, but my compromise is your compromise. We're all doing the same thing, and that is eating our North American Western diet, and that was robbing my body of its ability to have the energy it needed to get through its day. This is a solution to energy. It's a solution to inflammation. It's called Active. It's a powder form. You add it to water. You drink it once a day. Super yummy. I use it as pre-workout sometimes. I use it as post-workout for recovery because it does have turmeric in it. It's got a 7 combination of superfoods. Turmeric is one of those to help combat inflammation even further. But I just love the pick-me-up. I love the post-recovery. There's so many things I love about it, but primarily it's green tea and yerba mate, and then again, those great 7 superfoods that are there as well. So those are just a few of my life hacks. I use every single one of these every day. They're incredible, incredible ingredients that have been clinically studied and demonstrated, and holy cow, we have fantastic testimonies coming in every single day for the difference that these ingredients are making in people's lives. And so because I truly do value, I would really love to be able to connect with you in a very powerful way and help you feel better, less tired, less anxious, less stressed, more focused, more clear, and getting through your day a better and better and better version of you. So hopefully you found that Wellness Wednesday life hack helpful. You have a great rest of your day.